You're watching Dark Terror Files, where the stories aren't just told, they linger. Where are you listening from? Alone in your room, driving through the dark. Drop a comment. I want to know who's out there. The key feels heavier than it should, like it's carrying the weight of something I can't yet see. It's rusted, its teeth jagged, handed to me by an old man named Amos, who smelled of pipe tobacco and regret. I met him in a Waffle House parking lot off Highway 12, the only place he'd agree to meet after I answered his Craigslist ad. Beach house, Outer Banks, cheap. It read, no pictures, just a promise of solitude. Exactly what I needed. He didn't smile when he gave me the key, just muttered, don't stay too long. Before shuffling back to his rusted pickup, I should have asked what he meant. I'm driving now. The Jeep's tires humming on the narrow road that cuts through the dunes of the Outer Banks. The GPS on my phone flickers, then dies. The screen frozen on a pin labeled "No address found." Weird, but not impossible out here where cell towers are as scarce as trees. The directions Amos scribbled on a napkin are barely legible. Past the old lighthouse, left at the broken pier, straight till you see it. I'm starting to think it doesn't exist. Then I see it. A house, squatting alone on a dune like a forgotten relic. It's Cape Cod style, weathered gray shingles peeling under the salt air, windows like empty eyes staring at nothing. No neighbors, no cars, just sand and the distant crash of the Atlantic. I park, grab my duffel and camera bag, and step out. The air's thick with brine, the kind that sticks to your skin. I check my phone again, still no signal. Fine. I'm here to disconnect anyway. Inside, the house smells of damp wood and something sharper, like ozone after a storm. The living room's sparse. A sagging couch, a coffee table scarred with cigarette burns, a fireplace that looks like it hasn't been lit in decades. I drop my bags and head to the windows, expecting a view of the beach. But when I pull back the curtains, my breath catches. It's not the ocean out there. It's nothing. A black void. Like someone painted the glass with tars. I squint, press my face closer. No reflection, no horizon, just an inky darkness that seems to pulse. I laugh, nervous. Must be some kind of tinting, or maybe the angle's wrong. It's broad daylight, 2 p.m., sun high and brutal. I step outside to check. The beach is there. All right. White sand, waves rolling in, gulls circling. I can feel the heat on my neck, hear the tide's rhythm. But back inside, the windows show only that void. Every single one living room, kitchen, bedroom stares into the same blackness. My stomach twists, but I'm too tired to dwell. I've been driving for 10 hours, running from the ghost of Ellie's voice in my head, her face in every wave I've photographed since the accident. I need sleep. I need quiet. This place will do. Weird windows or not. I lock the door, set up my camera on a tripod out of habit, and try to ignore the way the key feels like it's still burning in my pocket. Morning comes, and I wake to the sound of waves, or what I think are waves. The room's dim, the light filtering through those cursed windows muted, like the sun's fighting to get in. I rub my eyes, still groggy from dreams of Ellie underwater, her hand reaching for me. I shake it off and grab my phone. Still no signal. Battery at 10% despite charging all night. I curse under my breath. I need coffee, maybe some groceries. Time to find civilization. I step outside, the sand crunching under my boots. The beach stretches endlessly, dunes rolling like frozen waves. My Jeep's parked where I left it, but something's off. The tire tracks I made yesterday are gone, smoothed over like the sand's been swept clean. I glance back at the house, its shingles glinting in the morning light. The road I drove in on a narrow strip of gravel cutting through the dunes isn't there. Just sand, seamless and untouched, all the way to the horizon. My pulse quickens. I'm no stranger to remote places. I've shot photos in deserts, mountains, nowhere towns. But this feels wrong, like the world's been erased. I walk 100 yards, then 200, scanning for any sign of the road. Nothing. No tire marks, no driftwood, no footprints but my own. The sun's climbing, heat prickling my neck, but the dunes stay featureless. I turn back, and the house is still there, closer than it should be, like it's watching me. I shake my head. I'm not losing it. Not yet. Back inside, I boot up my laptop, hoping to email Amos for clarification. The Wi-Fi's dead. Of course, but I try anyway. The Craigslist ads gone page not found. I check my email, and the confirmation from Amos, the one with his number and the napkin directions, is missing too, like it was never sent. My throat tightens. I dig through my bag, find the napkin. It's blank, just a crumpled piece of paper. No ink, no words. I know I read it yesterday, followed it to get here. Didn't I? I sit on the couch, staring at the fireplace. The void outside the windows seems darker now, thicker, like it's pressing against the glass. I tell myself it's just a glitch, bad tech, bad memory, bad grief. I'll stay one more night. The road's probably hidden by a storm surge, common enough in the Outer Banks. I'll find it tomorrow. But as I unpack my camera gear, the key in my pocket feels heavier, like it's anchoring me to this place and somewhere. Deep in the house, I swear I hear a faint tap, like something testing the walls. I jolt awake, heart hammering, the kind of panic that makes your skin crawl before you know why. The room's dark, the kind of dark that feels alive, pressing against my eyes. The clock on my phone still useless. Still no signal says 3:17. The house is silent, except for the faint crash of waves outside. Or maybe it's just my pulse in my ears. I lie still, waiting for my senses to catch up, trying to shake the dream of Ellie's face, pale and bloated, her mouth moving without sound under the Oregon waves. Then I hear it, a tap, soft, deliberate, like a knuckle rapping on wood. It's coming from under the floorboards, right beneath the bed. I freeze, breath shallow, telling myself it's the house settling. Old beach houses creak. Right. The Outer Banks are full of them, battered by storms, groaning under their own weight. But the tap comes again. Steady, rhythmic tap. Tap. Tap like someone's testing the wood, looking for a way up. I slide out of bed, knees weak, and kneel on the cold floor. The sound stops. I press my ear to the boards, the grain rough against my cheek. Silence. Then tap. Louder. Closer. Like it's right under my face. I scramble back, heart in my throat. The sound shifts, no longer under the floor, but in the walls now. A faint skittering that climbs to the ceiling. Tap, tap, tap. It's above me, behind the cracked plaster, moving like it's circling the room. I grab my flashlight, the beam shaky in my hand, and sweep it across the ceiling. Nothing, just shadows and peeling paint. I laugh, a brittle sound, trying to convince myself it's the wind, a pipe, anything normal. But then it comes again, slower, deliberate, and this time, a voice, faint, muffled, but unmistakable. Ellie's voice, soft as a lullaby. Ben, why didn't you save me? I stumble backward, tripping over my duffel, the flashlight clattering to the floor. It's not her. It can't be. Ellie's gone. Lost to the Pacific 6 months ago. Her body never found. I was there, diving with her, too slow to reach her when the current pulled her down. But that voice, it's hers. The same cadence, the same way she'd tease me as kids. It's coming from the ceiling now, like she's trapped up there, scratching to get out. I grab my camera, instinct kicking in, and start recording the room. The lens catching nothing but darkness and the faint glow of my flashlight. The tapping stops. The house goes silent. But my skin prickles, like something's watching me from the corners. I don't sleep again that night. Morning doesn't bring relief. The sun's up, painting the outer banks in gold outside. But inside, the windows are still wrong. I stand in the living room, coffee mug in hand, staring at the glass. It's not just dark, it's a void. A swirling black fog that seems to move when I'm not looking directly at it. I tap the window, half expecting it to feel like a screen, but it's cold, solid, real, outside. I can see the beach, the dunes, the waves rolling in under a cloudless sky. But from in here, it's like the house is floating in nothing. I try another window, then another, all the same. My reflection in the glass is faint, like I'm half erased. I need proof I'm not losing it. My camera's still on the tripod from last night, so I set it to record one of the living room windows. The battery's low, another thing that doesn't make sense, since I charged it yesterday, but it's got enough juice for a few hours. I hit record and head to the kitchen, trying to focus on something normal. I make toast, the bread stale from my gas station haul, and check my laptop again. Still no Wi-Fi. Still no trace of Amos's email or the Craigslist ad. My phone's dead now. Won't even turn on. I'm cut off, alone with this house and its impossible windows. By noon, I'm pacing, the tapping from last night looping in my head. I distract myself by cleaning my camera lenses, the familiar ritual grounding me. Ellie used to tease me about my obsession with gear, calling me a gearhead with a heart. The memory stings, and I push it away. I need to stay sharp. Around dusk, I check the camera footage. My hands shake as I rewind. The window's black void fills the frame, unchanging for hours. But at 2:43, the camera moves. Not much, just a slight pan to the left, like someone nudged it. I was asleep then, alone in the house. The footage keeps rolling, and for a split second, something flickers in the void. A silhouette, tall and human-shaped, gone before I can pause it. My mouth goes dry. I play it again, frame by frame. It's there, faint but undeniable, like a shadow standing just beyond the glass. I check the camera. No smudges, no signs it was touched. My pulse pounds in my ears. I look at the window now. The black fog swirling thicker, like it knows I saw something. I want to leave. To pack my Jeep and drive until I hit Nag's Head or anywhere with people. But the road's gone, and the house feels like it's waiting, patient and hungry. I tell myself I'll leave tomorrow, first light. But part of me knows this place isn't done with me. The house feels smaller today, like the walls are inching closer when I'm not looking. It's day 3, and the black void outside the windows is thicker now, less like fog and more like oil, clinging to the glass. I can't shake last night's footage, that silhouette, that impossible nudge of the camera. I need answers. Something to ground me before I start believing I'm losing it. Grief does that, doesn't it? Makes you see things, hear things. Ellie's voice last night wasn't real. It couldn't be, but my hands are still shaking as I rummage through the kitchen, looking for anything to explain this place. The cabinets are mostly empty, some mismatched plates, a rusted can opener, a box of saltines that crumbled to dust when I touched them. But in the bottom drawer, under a pile of yellowed napkins, I find a notebook. It's small, leather-bound, the kind you'd see in a thrift store, edges frayed like it's been handled too much. I open it, and my stomach lurches. The pages are filled with shaky, uneven handwriting, ink faded but legible. 3 rules, scrawled like a warning. Never photograph the windows. Lock all mirrors before sleeping. If you hear your name, don't answer. I stare at the words, my pulse thudding in my ears. It's a prank, right? Some previous tenant with a sick sense of humor. Or maybe Amos messing with me. But the camera footage flashes in my mind, that flicker in the void. I haven't photographed the windows. Not directly, but the camera was pointed at one. Is that why it moved? I shake my head, trying to laugh it off, but the sound dies in my throat. The house is too quiet, like it's listening. I flip through the notebook, hoping for more, but the rest of the pages are blank, except for faint smudges, like someone tried to write and gave up. I check the bathroom mirror, a chipped oval above the sink. There's no lock, but I drape a towel over it, feeling ridiculous. The bedroom mirror, a full-length one on the closet door, has a latch that clicks shut, rusted but functional. I lock it, the sound too loud in the silence. I don't know why I'm following these rules, but the alternative, ignoring them, feels worse. I sit on the couch, notebook in hand, staring at the living room window. The void seems to pulse, like a heartbeat I can't quite hear. I want to call someone, anyone, but my phone's a brick, and the laptop's useless without Wi-Fi. I think of Ellie, how she'd laugh at me for freaking out over a haunted house. But she's not here, and the weight of that hits like a punch. I clutch the notebook tighter, the rules burning into my brain. I won't answer if I hear my name. I won't. I'm in the shower, the hot water scalding my skin, trying to wash away the unease that settled in my bones. The bathroom's small, claustrophobic, with cracked tiles and a flickering bulb that buzzes like a trapped fly. I close my eyes, letting the steam fill my lungs, but the house won't let me forget it. A sound cuts through the hiss of the water, Ellie's voice, clear as if she's standing next to me. You left me down there, Ben. My eyes snap open, water stinging them. The voice isn't coming from the pipes or the drain, it's in the walls. vibrating through the tiles behind me. You left me. It says again, softer, accusing. I shut off the water, hands fumbling, and grab a towel. The air's thick, the bulb flickering faster. Ellie, I whisper, hating myself for it. The notebook's third rule screams in my head. Don't answer. But it's her voice, the one that sang off-key to Springsteen in our old pickup, the one that begged me to dive deeper that day in Oregon. I tear open the bathroom door, hoping to see nothing. The hallway's empty, but the air feels wrong, heavy, like it's holding its breath. I rip the towel off the mirror, half expecting to see her reflection, but it's just me, pale and hollow-eyed. I check the walls, pounding on the tiles, looking for a speaker, a vent, anything to explain it. Nothing. The tiles are solid, no hollow spots, no pipes close enough to carry sound. But I hear her again, fainter, from deeper in the wall. Why didn't you come back for me? I stumble to the living room, my wet feet leaving prints on the wood. My camera's still on the tripod, lens pointed at the window. I don't touch it, scared of what the footage might show. Instead, I grab my notebook, not the one with the rules, but my own, where I jot down photo ideas, memories, anything to keep me sane. I flip to a page about Ellie, a half-finished note from before the accident. Ellie's laugh, Ocracoke, sunset. But below it, in my handwriting, is something new. Ellie, laughing on this beach, last night. My blood runs cold. We never came to the Outer Banks together. I never wrote this. But the memory feels real now, her standing on the dunes, hair whipping in the wind, laughing like she's still alive. The house is doing this. It's planting things in my head, twisting my grief into something else. I slam the notebook shut, my hands shaking. The void outside the windows seems to lean closer, and from somewhere, maybe the walls, maybe my own skull, I hear her voice again. A whisper. Come find me. Ben. I don't answer. I won't. But the house knows I'm listening. I haven't slept more than an hour at a time in days. The house won't let me. It's day 4, and the air inside feels thicker, like I'm breathing through a wet cloth. Ellie's voice from the bathroom tiles last night keeps looping in my head, her words carving into me. Come find me. Ben. I didn't answer, but it doesn't matter. The house knows I heard her. I'm starting to wonder if I'm still me, or if this place is rewriting me, line by line, like it rewrote my notebook with that impossible memory of Ellie on the beach. I need something to hold on to, something real. I tear through the house, searching for anything that makes sense. The living room's the same sagging couch, scarred coffee table, windows staring into that black void. The kitchen's bare except for the notebook with those damn rules, which I've memorized like a prayer I don't believe in. In the bedroom, I check the desk, a rickety thing shoved against the wall. Inside a drawer, under a pile of dusty receipts, I find a sheet of paper, folded tight like someone didn't want it found. I unfold it, expecting another cryptic note, but it's blank. Just a yellowed, crinkled sheet. No lines, no words. I toss it on the desk, frustrated, and head to the kitchen to make coffee. My supplies are dwindling: half a loaf of bread, a jar of peanut butter, and a few instant coffee packets. I'll have to figure out the road situation soon, if there's even a road left. When I come back to the bedroom, the paper's different. I freeze, coffee mug halfway to my mouth. It's not blank anymore. Thin, inky lines sketch a rough outline of the house living room, kitchen, bedroom, bathroom. It's crude, like a child's drawing, but accurate. My pulse spikes. I didn't draw this. I set the mug down, hands shaking, and study the map. There's more than what I've seen. A hallway branching off the kitchen, a staircase leading down to something labeled basement. I've walked every inch of this place. There's no basement, no extra hallway. But the map feels heavy, like the key did, like it's more than paper. I follow the map's lines to the kitchen, where the hallway's supposed to be. There's a door there now, plain wood, no knob, just a rusted latch. It wasn't there yesterday. I touch it, half expecting it to vanish, but it's solid, cold under my fingers. I don't open it, not yet. The rules from the notebook echo in my mind. Don't photograph the windows. Lock the mirrors. Don't answer. Nothing about opening new doors. But my gut screams to leave it alone. I go back to the desk, and the maps changed again. A new room's appeared, connected to the hallway, labeled mirrors. My mouth goes dry. I fold the paper and shove it in my pocket, but I can feel it, like it's pulsing against my leg. The house is growing, and it wants me to see. I can't ignore the door. It's been hours since I found the map, and it's like the house is daring me to move. The void outside the windows is darker now, if that's even possible, like it's swallowing the last scraps of daylight. I keep the map in my pocket, checking it every few minutes, half hoping it'll go blank again. It doesn't. The new hallway and the mirrors room are still there, the ink sharper, like the house is proud of its work. I tell myself I'm not crazy, that there's an explanation, a hidden passage, a trick of the house's layout. But I know better. This place isn't just a house. It's alive, and it's watching me. I take my flashlight and camera, more for comfort than utility, and head to the kitchen. The door's still there, its latch gleaming faintly, like it's been polished since I last looked. I unlatch it, the click echoing too loud, and push. The door swings open, revealing a hallway that shouldn't exist. It's narrow, walls bare except for peeling paint, the air stale and heavy with that ozone smell. My flashlight beam wobbles as I step inside, the floor creaking under my boots. The map shows a room at the end, and I can see it, a faint rectangle of light where another door waits. I reach it, heart pounding, and push it open. The room beyond is a maze of mirrors, floor to ceiling, wall to wall, their surfaces gleaming under my flashlight. But they don't reflect me. Not at first. They show nothing, just the same black void as the windows. An endless dark that seems to hum. I step inside, and the air shifts, colder. Like I've walked into a freezer, then I see it. My reflection, faint, flickering like a bad signal. But it's wrong. I'm standing still, gripping the flashlight, but the reflection moves, tilting its head, smiling a smile I don't feel. Ben, it whispers, the sound coming from everywhere, bouncing off the mirrors. I stumble back, breaking the third rule before I can stop myself. "Who's there?" I shout, voice cracking. The mirrors answer. My reflection, hundreds of them now. In every pane starts to fracture, like cracks spreading through ice. Each one whispers my name, louder, faster, until it's a chorus. I drop the flashlight, the beam spinning across the room, and run for the door. It slams shut before I reach it, the latch clicking locked. I pound on it, screaming, but the mirrors keep whispering. And now they're showing something else, Ellie. Her face pale, water streaming from her hair, her eyes empty. "You left me," she says, her voice in sync with the reflections. I close my eyes, sink to the floor, and cover my ears. When I open them, I'm back in the kitchen, the door shut, the latch rusted again. The map in my pocket feels heavier, and I know, without looking, it's drawn something new. I wake up choking, my throat raw, like I've swallowed a handful of grit. It's dawn, or what passes for it in this house, gray light seeping through the windows, barely pushing back the void outside. My chest heaves, and I cough, hard, until something wet and heavy hits my palm. I stare at it, my stomach twisting. It's sand black, glistening, like pulverized coal mixed with seawater. It smells of salt and something metallic, like blood. I wipe my hand on the bedsheet, but the sheet's already dusted with it, a fine layer spreading from under the bed. I pull back the blanket, and there it is, a trail of black sand, forming faint footprints that lead from the edge of the mattress to the floor, like something crawled out while I slept. I stagger to the bathroom, splashing water on my face, trying to rinse the taste from my mouth. The mirror's still covered with the towel. I haven't dared uncover it since the rules. But my reflection in the sink's faucet, warped and tiny, looks wrong, like my eyes are too dark, too wide. I cough again, and more sand comes up, speckling the porcelain. It's inside me now. This house, seeping into my lungs. My blood. I grip the sink, fighting panic. I'm a photographer, not a ghost hunter. I deal in light, in focus. Not whatever this is, but the house doesn't care what I believe. I sweep the sand off the bed, but it's back by noon. Thicker, pooling under the frame. I check the windows, the doors, everything's locked tight. No cracks for it to slip through. The footprints are clearer now, small and bare, like a child's, but they stop at the wall, like whatever made them walked right through. I think of Ellie, her small feet running across the Oregon beach, chasing waves. But these aren't hers. They can't be. I grab my camera, desperate for evidence, but I stop short. The first rule: never photograph the windows. Does it apply to the floor? I don't know, but I'm too scared to find out. I sit on the couch, the map from the desk burning a hole in my pocket. I haven't looked at it since the mirror room, too afraid of what it might show next. But the sand, the coughing, it's like the house is claiming me, piece by piece. I need to understand it, to fight it. I unfold the map, and my breath catches. The mirror's room is still there, but a new line's appeared, jagged and fresh, leading to something labeled attic. My hands shake. I don't remember an attic, but I know I have to go up there. The house is waiting, and it's not patient. I climb the attic stairs, each step creaking like a warning. The map led me to a trap door in the bedroom ceiling, one I swear wasn't there yesterday. The air up here is stale, thick with dust and that ozone tang, like a storm's brewing inside the walls. My flashlight cuts through the gloom, revealing a small, slanted space, beams sagging under the weight of the roof. There's a skylight, the only window in the house that isn't swallowed by the void. I step toward it, heart pounding, hoping for a glimpse of the beach, the dunes, anything to anchor me to the world I drove into. But there's no beach, no ocean, no gulls, no Outer Banks. Outside the skylight is a desert of black sand, stretching to a horizon that's just a smudge of darker black. It's the same sand I coughed up, the same sand dusting my bed. My chest tightens, and I cough again, tasting salt and ash. The world outside this house is gone, replaced by something that feels like it's been waiting forever. I pull out my camera, instinct kicking in, and check the memory card. Every photo I've taken, years of work, coastlines from Maine to California. Ellie's smile at sunrise is gone. Every frame is black, like the void ate them. I scroll through, desperate, but it's all the same. My past, my proof of who I am, erased. I stumble back to the living room. My laptop, my last hope. The Craigslist ad, Amos's email, the napkin with directions, they're all gone, like they never existed. My browser history's empty. My email inbox blank except for spam. I try to Google the house, the Outer Banks, anything, but the Wi-Fi's dead. And my phone's a paperweight. The house is cutting me off, isolating me. I think of the rules, the map, the sand. It's not just trapping me, it's rewriting me, making me part of it. I sit on the couch, staring at the living room window. The void outside pulses, thicker now, like it's alive. I hear a faint tap again, from under the floor. But this time it's different, slower, heavier, like footsteps climbing up. I clutch the map, and it's warm, like skin. A new line's appeared, a jagged path to a room labeled basement. My stomach drops. The house is growing again, and it wants me to follow. I think of Ellie, her voice in the tiles, her face in the mirrors. I want to believe she's here, that I can find her. But deep down, I know whatever's waiting in that basement isn't her. It's something the house made, and it's calling my name. I haven't touched the camera since the attic, too afraid of what it might show, but I can't ignore it anymore. It's day 5, and the house feels like it's breathing, the walls humming with a pulse I can't quite hear. The black sand is everywhere now, dusting the furniture, crunching under my boots, sticking to my skin like it's trying to become part of me. I cough less now, but my chest feels heavy, like the sand settled in for good. I keep the map folded tight in my pocket, but I haven't dared look at it since it showed the basement. I know it's waiting for me to follow. I set up the camera in the living room again, lens pointed at the hallway door, hoping to catch whatever's making the tapping sounds at night. I don't sleep, just sit on the couch, clutching a kitchen knife I found in a drawer. The blade's dull, but it's better than nothing. Around 3 a.m., I drift off despite myself, the exhaustion winning out. When I wake, the camera's still running, battery somehow holding on. I rewind the footage, my hands sweaty, dreading what I'll see. The screen shows the hallway door, steady, unmoving. The void outside the windows, a black smear in the background. Then, at 2:14, the door creaks open. My breath catches. A figure steps out me. It's me, down to the faded flannel shirt, the scar on my left hand from a hiking accident. But I was on the couch, asleep. The other Ben walks slowly, deliberately, toward the camera. He stops, turns, and stares into a mirror on the wall, one eye locked. Per the rules, his reflection doesn't match. It's smiling, eyes too dark, too wide, like the ones I saw in the faucet. He leans closer to the mirror, whispers something I can't hear, then walks back to the hallway, the door closing behind him. I check the mirror. It's still locked, the latch rusted but intact. I don't dare open it. I run to the hallway door, fling it open. The mirror room's still there, its glass walls glinting faintly in the dark. But there's no sign of him, of me. My head's spinning. I think of Ellie, her voice in the tiles, her face in the mirrors. Is this what the house does? Makes copies, shadows, things that wear your face. I check the camera again, but the footage is already changing, frames flickering. The other Ben's smile lingering longer than it should. I turn it off, heart pounding. The house is playing with me, and the other Ben is part of it. I don't know if I'm the real one anymore. It's day 7, or maybe 8, I'm losing track. Time feels slippery, like the sand under my feet. The house is louder now. Not just taps, but creaks, whispers, a low hum that vibrates in my bones. The black sand is a constant now, coating every surface, seeping into my clothes, my hair. I don't cough it up anymore. It's like my body's accepted it, like it's part of me. I try to hold on to who I am. Rhodes, 36, photographer, born in Portland. Lost Ellie off the Oregon coast, but the details are fading, like a photo left in the sun too long. I find my wallet on the coffee table, the leather worn from years of travel. My driver's license is there, but the name's gone. The text blurred into a smudge. I check my notebook, the one I used to jot down ideas, pages I filled with shot lists. Memories of Ellie are blank now, or worse, filled with sketches of the house, rooms I don't recognize, drawn in my own hand. I grab a pen, write Ben Rhodes on my arm in sharp, angry letters. By noon, the ink's faded, like the house sucked it dry. I try again, pressing harder, but it's gone by dusk. I stand in front of the bathroom mirror, towel off, forcing myself to look. My face is there, but its wrong eyes too shadowed, jaw too sharp, like I'm becoming someone else. I try to say my name out loud. Ben Rhodes. The words stick, my tongue heavy, like I'm forgetting how to form them. I try again, and nothing comes out, just a rasp, like the sand's clogging my throat. Panic claws at me. I grab my camera bag, dig out old prints, me and Ellie at Crater Lake, me in the Badlands. Proof I existed, but the photos are black. Everyone, like the void outside, swallowed them. The map's still in my pocket, heavier now, like it's growing with the house. I don't want to look, but I do. The basement's still there, but a new line's appeared, a path to a room labeled final. My heart hammers. I think of the other Ben, the one in the footage, smiling at the mirror. Is he the one the house wants? Or is he what I'm becoming? I hear a tap from the hallway, slow and deliberate, like footsteps. I grip the knife, but it feels useless. The house doesn't want my blood. It wants my name, my memories, everything that makes me me. And I'm starting to forget why I'm fighting it. I can't stay here anymore. The house is eating me alive. Piece by piece, my name, my memories, my reflection. It's day 9. I think, though the days blur like ink in water. The black sand coats everything now, a fine grit that sticks to my skin, my clothes, my thoughts. I cough, and it's there, in my throat, my lungs, like the house is growing inside me. The other Ben, that thing in the footage, is out there somewhere, walking the halls, smiling my smile. I don't know if I'm the real one anymore, but I know I have to leave. Now, I grab my duffel, stuff in what's left my camera, a half-empty water bottle, the notebook with its blank pages, the maps in my pocket, burning like a coal, but I don't look at it. I don't need it to tell me the house has changed again. I head for the front door, the one I came through a lifetime ago. Outside, the sun's high, a cruel bright spot in a sky too blue for this nightmare. The dunes stretch endless. No road, no tracks, just white sand that shifts under my boots like it's alive. I run anyway, toward the sun, toward where the road should be. The sand's soft, sucking at my feet, slowing me down. I glance back, and the house is closer than it should be, its weathered shingles gleaming like teeth. I run harder, my breath ragged, the duffel bouncing against my hip. The horizon stays out of reach, the sun mocking me. I stop to catch my breath, hands on my knees, and look back again. The house is closer still, maybe 50 yards away, like it's following me. My heart hammers. I turn and sprint, not caring where, just away. The sand shifts, liquid now, pulling at my ankles. I fall, face first, the grit in my mouth, my eyes. I scramble up, and the house is there, right there. Its door cracked open like an invitation. I scream, a raw, desperate sound, and stumble back. The world spins, and suddenly I'm inside, on the living room floor, the duffel still clutched in my hands. The doors shut, locked. The void outside the windows pulsing like a heartbeat. I never left, or I did, and the house pulled me back. I dropped the bag, my hands shaking, and hear it a tap, slow and deliberate, from under the floor. It's not Ellie this time. It's him, the other Ben, waiting. The map in my pocket feels heavier, and I know, without looking, it's pointing me to the final room. I want to cry, to scream, but the house would only drink it up. I'm trapped, and it's not letting go. I can't keep running. The house won't let me. It's day 10, maybe, and I'm barely holding on. The black sand is everywhere my bed, my shoes, my skin. I don't write my name anymore. It doesn't stick, and I'm starting to forget how it sounds. Ben Rhodes. It's just noise now, like a song I can't remember the tune to. The map's still in my pocket, and I've avoided it, but it's like a pulse, urging me to look. I unfold it, hands trembling. And there it is, the final room, a jagged line leading from the hallway to a new door. One I haven't seen. The house is done playing. It wants me to finish this. I grab my flashlight, the battery flickering like my own resolve, and head to the hallway. The door's there, at the end. Not wood, but something darker, smoother, like polished stone. I push it open, and the air inside is cold, sharp, like stepping into a cave. The room's small, bare except for a single window on the far wall. My heart skips. It's not like the others. This window shows something: a beach, real and golden, waves crashing under a sunset sky. And there, by the water, is Ellie. Her hair whips in the wind, her smile the one I've carried since Oregon. She's waving, calling my name. Ben, come home. I stumble forward, tears stinging my eyes. It's her. It has to be. I press my hands to the glass, and it's warm, like skin. Ellie, I whisper, breaking the rules again. Her voice comes clearer now. Through the glass. Step through. Ben, just let go. My body feels heavy, like the sands anchoring me, pulling me back. I look down, and my shadow's wrong: too tall, too thin, with eyes that glow faintly in the dark. The other Ben, watching from the corner. I ignore it. Focus on Ellie. The glass ripples under my touch, soft, like water. I could push through, be with her, but something in her smile, too perfect, too still, makes my stomach twist. I hesitate, and the room shifts. The walls hum, the sand under my feet stirring like a tide. Ellie's voice changes, sharper now. You have to leave yourself behind. I realize what she means, what the house means. To step through, I'd have to give up what's left of me. My body, my mind. The window's a trap, baited with her face. I back away, the other Ben's shadow growing, its smile mirroring the one in the footage. The map crumbles in my pocket. Dust now. Like it's done its job. Ellie's still calling. But I know it's not her. The house wants me to jump, and I'm not sure I can resist much longer. I stand in the final room. The window's glow fading. Ellie's image dissolving like mist. Her voice lingers, a fading echo. Come home, Ben. But it's not her. It never was. The glass is cold now, reflecting only the void, and the other Ben's shadow looms behind me, its edges blurring into mine. The black sand swirls at my feet, climbing my ankles like a tide, and I know I'm out of time. The house has been patient, but it's done waiting. It wants all of me: my name, my memories, my soul, and it's winning. I stumble back, the room shrinking, the walls pulsing like a heartbeat. The air is thick, heavy with voices, not just Ellie's, but dozens, hundreds, whispering in languages I don't understand. Stories of people who came before me. The house isn't a place, it's a thing, a parasite made of forgotten lives, built from the memories it steals. The rules, the map, the sand, they were bait, luring me deeper until I couldn't tell myself from the void. I see it now. The other Ben isn't a copy. It's what's left when the house takes everything else. The voices grow louder, a chorus of the lost, trapped in the walls, the mirrors, the sand. One cuts through, sharp and desperate. It only exists if you remember it. I freeze. The house feeds on memory, on the act of holding on. Every time I thought of Ellie, every time I fought to remember my name, I gave it strength. I was keeping it alive. My chest aches, the sand in my lungs heavy, but I know what I have to do. I have to let go not just of Ellie, but of myself. I sink to my knees, the sand rising, warm now, like a lover's touch. The window flickers, showing Ellie again, but I close my eyes. I'm sorry, I whisper. To her, To me, to everyone this house has taken, I stop fighting, stop remembering. My name, Ben Rhodes, slips away, a word without meaning. The voices fade, the walls grow quiet, and the sand stops moving. I feel myself unraveling, my thoughts dissolving into the void. But before I'm gone, I force one last thought, a warning carved into whatever's left of me. If a stranger offers you a key to a beach house with no address, burn it! The house trembles, a low groan like a beast in pain. The void outside the window cracks, light seeping through, but it's too late for me. I'm not Ben anymore. I'm nothing, just a whisper in the walls. Joining the others, the house will wait, patient, for the next tenant, the next key, the next memory to consume. And somewhere, in the black sand of the Outer Banks, it's still there, watching, hungry,